and welcome to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, our buddy RK Motorsports Consulting, Randy Keene, and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What's going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
What's going on, man?
I don't know, man. I'm loving it, Bo.
But we're in shorts.
We got
it's awesome.
I got my Speedo on.
Backwards.
It feels fantastic out here, Bo. I'm excited. I was about to ask you if you want to record outside today.
We could have. We could have moved everything outside in the garage and
We sure could have.
opened the doors and chilled out.
Man, it's nice. 82 degrees yesterday.
Oh, it was perfect.
Perfect.
I went outside and did some stuff.
You actually feel like doing stuff.
Well, between that, my shoulders felt a little better here lately, and
Yeah.
it ain't, pouring down rain and cold, and so it was worth going outside.
Exactly. It's nice.
Oh, so it was a fun weekend. So what about your week last week? Did you do anything for the weekend?
Well, no, not really. We did kind of the normal. Man, we got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So, Blakely, 3-year-old, she don't really have a whole lot of homework. She just mainly colors and whatever for her homework. But Cole's had homework, right regular this whole year. And great day, Bo. Woo! I'm not saying it's a lot of work for a 5-year-old, but it takes some time to get, especially memorization stuff for a 5-year-old. It's hard for me to remember it, but so we've been working with that all week. So that's kind of like a whole. Man, I'm telling you, it's already only 5K, and we doing homework till 8:30 about every night.
I know the feeling. Landon, he actually has gotten trouble here lately because if y'all was in public schools, you get these little emails that say work not submitted. Yeah. So
he ain't been doing.
He has. It's just they. I guess the home stuff is becoming just so common now that they're just putting the regular load back on them, pretty much. And he's getting it. It just ain't always as fast as it needs to be getting it.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, there's a lot of distraction.
Exactly when you're at home.
It's hard to keep on top of, for sure.
So I'm ready for next school year already.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, did that, and we planned on going out. Me and the family, we planned on going riding on the boat because it was gonna be nice. Saturday, 70s. It was gonna be great, sunny.
You gotta tell this whole story now. I done heard it, but you gotta tell it again.
Yeah, it's terrible, but
it is terrible. But
yeah. So anyway, so we planned on going out, going riding and fishing a little bit, taking the kiddos and taking the puppy and all. We're going out riding and fishing. In the ocean some Saturday. So we leave out early. We left out and got the boat put in the water and all that pretty early. But my buddy went down there with us and put his boat in and had some mechanical failures, and the throttle cable came unhooked and was stuck in gear.
Is that what they ended up saying happened?
That's what ended up happening to it.
Ooh.
So it was a sketchy, scary little few minutes there, but we got him round up there and got him back, and everything was all right. We ended up fixing it. Marshall's Marine ended up fixing it there and got him back where he's good to go now. So, but yeah, I thought he was about to foobar there pretty good there, pretty quick there, and run into some columns or something. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but
yeah.
But fortunately, everything was good. He was safe, and we got it trailered. And
I'm just glad nothing else was wrong with it other than that.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, fortunately, it was very simple. What happened. Suppose there's a clip or a clamp or a safety bar or something that's supposed to be strapped over the throttle cable. That way, if that set screw or whatever backs out, that clamp or whatever it is will act as a backup and hold that throttle cable in place. Well, it wasn't clamped.
Yeah, kind of a fail safe for it.
So I don't know why or whatever, but it was scary there for a few minutes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I bet so.
But anyway, we ended up piling on my boat there or our boat, whatever. We ended up decking out, and we it felt good then. It was about 10:30, so in the morning, 11 o'clock. We leaving the landing there. And if everybody's not really familiar with Little River area, it's about a 10, 12-mile run to the mouth of the jetties. So we got close to we turned the corner right at Calabash, which is about probably a mile, 2 miles from the mouth of the jetties, and the temperature dropped probably about 10, 15 degrees. Yeah. Winds picked up right there, and it's always rough. And if anybody kind of don't really know the mouth of a jetty or an inlet, you got a lot of water flow in or out when a rising tide or falling tide, whatever. Regardless, it's rough. So we got close, getting out there to the end of the rocks, and I mean it's rough. I mean it's choppy and rough. Like crap. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it out here. I mean I was gonna go, but with the kids and wife and mama and all that up front, I didn't really want to just go barreling through there and get a bunch of bow spill on them when it's kind of chilly out there. So anyway, I ended up kind of going sideways to try to get out through the side of the rocks, and we got out past it, and dude, it slicked off perfect. It was like a lake out there. Beautiful sea. So we ended up going about 28 miles offshore, and got in the big pretty blue water out there, and got what do you call it, boarded by the Coast Guard 28 miles offshore, which was an experience.
Crazy how they find you there.
I mean, I'm like, I'm the only dude out here, man. What in the world? But yeah, they come bebopping up out of nowhere.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, and I think this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. But I almost think that so ever since they've started putting GPS in boats, far as you tracking yourself to know where you are, I think there's something else in there that the Coast Guard could pick up.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
And no, right? Well, I know there is, because if you hit the Mayday button,
oh yeah, they can find you.
They find you.
They can find you, and I mean, your cell phones, they can find you.
Oh yeah,
they can find us. But they sure did. They come right up on us on a rock pile 28 miles offshore with no problem and checked everything, and I mean everything. But it was a pretty neat experience. They were all nice. They were all decked out in their complete fatigues there, and I mean helmets and goggles and M16s and you name it. They were ready. I'm glad I wasn't smuggling nothing.
That's crazy. But they actually couldn't board you, technically.
No, they could not because of the COVID deal. They kind of stayed the boat. They kept the boat about 6 foot off of us, and I had to give them all my credentials and show them everything and hand them everything they needed from afar. They wouldn't board the boat because of that whole deal.
Did you feel like you were trying to enter a NASCAR race with a cooler in your hand or something?
I kind of did. I was. Well, the first thing they asked me, they pull up, are you experiencing any symptoms of COVID-19? I was like, I am 28 miles in the middle of the ocean, and I got to worry about. I mean, I don't have my mask on. Come on, man.
Tell them I am trying to social distance out here, and you are not allowing it.
I was about to tell him, yes, I am. I ain't got all the symptoms, and I'm out here. Social
we all do.
We all got them, so you might not want to come no clue. But no, it was crazy. But yeah, they end up. I was talking to them. They stay out for like 4 weeks at a time out there and do different missions, different trainings, different whatevers, and I guess they look for the lone sailor out there and check them whenever they find somebody.
I guess I don't know. I swear they pinged them GPSs and they know who they've been to.
Yeah, definitely. So it was definitely an experience, but it was cool. They weren't buttholes or nothing. They were really cool, and Cole and Blakely got to talk to them a little bit and all that. So that was neat. So after they left, it was about an hour long inspection there. We ended up catching some fish and got on a bunch of red snapper and all, and that was pretty neat. Little man Cole, 5 years old, caught him a nice, I'm gonna say probably 6 to 10 pounds.
That thing
snapper.
about as big as him.
It was nice. It was a nice fish. It sure was. So he had a ball doing that, and we caught a bunch of them, man. I mean, we were catching black sea bass, 10 to 12 inches long all day long, 2 at a time. Limit's 13.
I was fixing to say right up under the limit.
So, yeah, they know how to do that. They figured that out. But we did catch it. We caught a couple that was 14, so that was pretty neat. A few porgies. Yeah, we kept about 10, I guess. Few porgies, nice porgies, and we did pretty good. I mean, it was fun. I mean, just a little quick run out there and do it because we didn't really have much time to spare after getting a late start and then the hour of inspection. And I mean, and I don't know if everybody that's listening knows, but going 28 miles offshore takes a minute.
Yes.
It's a long way out there. That ain't no hop, skip, and a jump in a lake.
It ain't like you can run 60 mile an hour the whole time.
No, I mean, we ran. I mean, I could have run a lot faster, but I ran about 20 mile an hour just to keep from bouncing all them around up there at front. And, I mean,
it's going to take you an hour and a half to get out there.
Right,
almost.
so it's right at an hour and a half to get out there. So, see, that's a good little ride. But it was beautiful. Got to see a bunch of sea life. Saw a bunch of huge turtles. Bunch of dolphin. God knows a bunch of dolphin. So it's real pretty out there. It was.
Apparently, y'all didn't come across that whale that they found dead today out there.
Really?
Big old what they call them thing? Big old blue whale or something. And them big old
Really?
things that don't. Yeah, they found it off the coast of Myrtle Beach today.
Dang.
Tangled up in ropes.
Really?
Yeah, that's bad.
God, I hate that. Yeah, that is terrible. But no, I did not see that. Kind of wish I did.
Well,
Well,
I'd like to see it live.
well, yeah, definitely.
No,
Maybe I could have helped him out. Could have cut his rope loose.
maybe so. Oh, well, it's been the same old for me. Physical therapy every other day still, but I'm strength training now.
Hey, that's good, bud. What you benching now?
I'm about 0.3.
Okay, that's good. Good start.
Nah, I was doing more. What do they call that? It's not necessarily lifting weight, but just like more resistance than anything. Resistance training, I guess you call it. Like I hold this rubber band that is attached to this eye hook on the wall. I hold it in my hand, and I kind of hold my arm straight out, and I have to keep my arm straight just till I feel good resistance on it, and then come back in. And I'm going to tell you what, that don't seem like much. It does not. It don't seem like much to me. And if I'm doing it with my left hand, it don't seem like nothing to me.
Right.
But doing it with my right hand, you would not think it. Don't use your right shoulder, arm, hand, or whatever for 2 months to lift any weight. And good God, it feels like every day is the first day back in the gym.
Like spaghetti.
I'm telling you. So, that's been fun. But no, they keep it fun up there. And
good.
we talk junk about all the aggravating patients that come in there. So
I'm sure there's plenty.
Oh yes. It's funny. But that's been about it. Then me and Landon decided in the middle of last week that we were gonna go up to Fayetteville and catch the North Carolina Speed Weeks. It's first inaugural, I guess you will say. They claim they're going to do it every year. It's started Wednesday, running legend cars, crate lates, and the UMP modifieds, the SRI series there, SRI Dirt Cup series.
Yeah.
UMP modifieds. And but anyway, so me and Landon decided we was gonna run up there to it. And I had watched a good bit of it on Mav TV Plus or Lucas Oil TV, whatever it is right now. It's free right now, so that's all I care about.
Exactly.
Watched it a good bit, and so we decided we were gonna run up there Saturday and watch it. And so we took off, went up there, and if y'all looked on our Facebook, and me and Landon went live on there, got his one-word answers in. This boy talks nonstop.
He don't like talking in front of a.
And then you turn the camera on, and it's like, yeah, You ever get around him, he will talk your ear off.
Yes, I concur.
But whatever. So maybe I get him on there some more. Aggravate him
Yeah,
some more. Maybe he'll be
that's
quiet.
right.
That's all I got to do to be quiet. Camera's on.
Hey, we figured it out now.
Camera's on. So we hotel went up there and went and ate us some Hooters. Hooters, y'all listening? We work for wings. Got me some smoked wings.
How were they?
They were pretty good. A little bit overcooked this time, but they had good flavor. Well,
Got a give and take, I guess.
yeah, I've had way worse. I'll put it that way. Savannah was way worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Savannah wasn't good.
So Fayetteville was pretty good. So then we took off and headed over to the track, and I had messaged our buddy Willie Milliken earlier. I said, "Hey man, you mind if I I know he wasn't driving his car. He was driving AJ Bellinger's car, and I said, "Hey man, you think they mind if I put the GoPro in your car tonight?" He said, "No man, come on, that'd be cool." So went over there and hung out with all them. Boy, they tore that car apart about 5 times while I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Working away on it, bro.
I just trying. It's an older car actually, but the way they got that class set up, you can't run adjustable shocks. You run racing style shocks, but it can't be adjustable.
Right.
I think it's a 602 crate. I mean, pretty much straightforward. Other than that, I mean, and working on your tires. So, seemingly cool class because the car that he was driving was about 20 years old,
Wow.
chassis wise. Old Barry White chassis, Barry Wright chassis, and man, I'm gonna tell you, he drove it almost to the front in the feature. I will talk about it a little more, but that car could easily still win that class. But
yeah.
But going back a little bit in the week, I want to talk about this before we talk about it. Rest of it, since we'll get into some racing here. Well, I will say Sunday. I didn't do much anything other than work around the house a little bit, and went outside and run up to Harbor Freight, bought a jack. That's about it. So, but anyway, going back, I want to talk about something else real quick before we get into Fayetteville racing, actually. Bristol Dirt. It was live on Facebook for testing.
Mm-hmm.
And they had pretty much cars from, it was an invite-only thing. They had anything from 4-cylinders to, I saw a truck out there.
Yeah, there was a truck, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cup.
No, it wasn't a cup truck. It was I don't know what it was. I really don't. It was like one of them. It's almost like that pro stock class deal to have up northeast, kind of in the on dirt. But it was a truck. I don't know what it was. So I was watching it anyway. Kyle Strigler was up there. Scott Bloomquist was up there.
Yeah.
Davenport was there, but I don't know if Davenport ever.
I never saw him run, but I know
if he did, it was
there.
later. First of all, I want to go into something else. We know here in a few weeks, the first week of dirt racing is going with all those classes is going to be going on at Bristol. The only channel it's going to be on for that week of racing, when it's not the World of Outlaws deal, is going to be on Race XR. It's I don't know if it's a new channel or not. I don't like it already.
Uh-oh.
My bad, but I don't like it already. I guess I'm going to get on my soapbox and complain about it. They seem like, just from watching it, because they had it live on Facebook, I guess it's kind of the same deal, and I cast it to my TV. They do have a Roku app that I could have got. But this son of a gun And it's not going to carry Lucas races. It's not going to carry World of Outlaw races. It's just going to be hit and miss here and there races. Who knows what? Bristol's going to be the main thing.
Right.
$34.99 a month.
You can't just buy just the Bristol weekend or just the Bristol week.
You may be. I think you had to buy a whole month.
Dang. That's high, bro.
Very.
I mean, if they make it where you could pay, I mean, okay, to watch 6-7 nights, whatever it is, of racing at Bristol for $35, if that's what it is,
Right.
okay, I think that's doable. But you know, there's some platforms out there that you have to buy a membership for,
Right.
plus you got to pay this amount for to watch them. Now, if that's the case, then that ain't no good.
This one, from what I could figure, was just $34.99 a month. I think. I don't hold me to that, but regardless, even if that's the case, that's high.
Yeah, oh, it is. It is. It really is. Man,
that's up there past. If you
I
go in
guess
yearly rate, that is past
yeah.
Dirt Vision.
Oh yeah, that's
$300 a year.
$400 something a year for
Yeah.
XR. So that is a lot. Man, like I said, if you can just do monthly, pay for 1 month, watch that, whatever. I don't know. That's doable, but I don't know what. I mean, they'd be making a killing. God knows they're gonna make a killing because people's gonna be watching that. You know it.
Oh yes.
Is Bristol charging for a platform to be able to? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, but I know Bristol's making a killing up there.
Phew.
I was talking to Willie and their guys the other night. Pretty much a person for the week. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, for a whole week of racing, you're up there. It's not terrible, you know, counting every day. To be in the outside pits and to give you a seat in there to watch the race, it's $200 for the whole week for teams per person. Yeah, for the whole week. But in order to get the wristband to go into the inside pits, I don't know if it. I know you told me, but I don't know if it was for the whole week or if it was per day. But they said it was $30 to get that pit pass.
That must be per day.
That's what I'm figuring is per day.
That'd be $200 something more dollars.
Exactly.
7 days, yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know either.
But they make it. But they've. I'm gonna tell you, I was talking to them about it. I don't know how they're gonna get all that racing in.
I don't either, Bo. How many classes is it gonna be?
Dude, it's a lot of classes. It's as of right now, I think they've got about 4. I heard there was about 1,500 cars
Oh yeah.
right now.
I
Maybe
already
more than
done put
that.
'em
Maybe
on.
more than that. They talking about people parking over at on the drag strip. I'm like, yeah.
Well, they definitely gonna have to use the pits over there. Definitely.
They're gonna use so much of it.
They gonna.
Are you
have
talking about that drag strip?
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
They
use
gonna
that.
have to use the pits over there because I mean,
Yeah.
there ain't but so much room out there.
And I don't know if anybody knows this, so we're gonna tell y'all this. It ain't that everything is far away from each other at Bristol, but everything at Bristol is on a hill
Everything.
or a mountain.
The porta potties is on a hill. Be careful too. I'm gonna let you know.
That's gonna fall down.
Don't use the old one on a hill. Don't use the old one on a
That's
hill.
not good.
No.
So, but anyway, I did. After it was all said and done, I looked at it. They were saying times. Well, I think Strickler. I can't remember what time. I think it was a 15 something lap. It was a mile per hour. I think of 124 mile an hour lap average.
That's strolling. That's
Oh,
a
it's
big
strolling.
track right there.
That's lap average too. So you know they're probably running 140 down into the corner.
Yeah.
Or
That's
higher.
screaming. That is screaming for them.
But I talked to I text Kyle. I said, "What'd you think about the track?" He said, "Man, it's smooth." He said, "Real smooth." He said, "Hopefully it'll widen out so we can run up top because there wasn't but a few cars on it, so they was all running the bottom the other night."
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard to say if it's gonna stay smooth with 1,500 cars.
I don't think there's no way they can. There's no way it can stay smooth, but they're gonna have to steadily work it. With that many cars, or as many cars there may be more than that, maybe over 2,000. I can't remember. I don't know how many cars are gonna be there. I know it's probably out there. I'm sorry, I haven't looked it up. But there's no way they would get it in if they sit there and work the track between every class.
Nah. I mean, you know,
they could do a Chili Bowl type deal, but that track's a whole lot bigger than Chili Bowl.
yeah, there's no way they can prep it that fast.
No,
Not that size track. So I don't know how they're gonna do it, but that's gonna be very interesting.
there's gonna be so much rubber laid down on that track.
But it is amazing though how it does look so much less banked. So
yeah, it does.
They put a pile of dirt on the bottom of that racetrack to get it up.
I'd be scared to spin out because I feel like I just fall over the inside wall.
I know it. It's crazy. It's crazy looking, but it is awesome that they're doing it. I like you said, I don't know how with all the different classes that they're running, how in the world they're going. I mean, one little hiccup, Bo, and they're gonna be running till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
I got a feeling that's gonna happen anyway.
It's unbelievable how many cars are gonna be there.
I don't think it's gonna take much of a hiccup for them to run at 2
Probably
or 3 o'clock
ain't.
in the morning.
I mean, when you got 100 and something late models, that's just late models. Just say that 120, whatever it is. I don't know. It's a bunch of them. How many freaking B mains is that? I mean,
a lot.
I mean, good Lord, they're gonna heat race galore. Have 15 heat races, and then how many ever be
modifieds?
And then that's just them. Modifieds.
They're running crates, models,
limiteds,
yeah,
whatevers. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, and you know there's gonna be 4,000 of them daggone. I mean, I like them, but them like the SCDRA cars,
there's gonna be a
the Hornets as they called them on there.
I know that they were limiting the classes.
Yeah, but they keep doing these raffles to pull people back in there.
I saw it was weird because but the weird thing to me was the max car count was different in each class.
The super late models are not limited. I do know that they did not limit the super late models.
Okay, cool.
They said they could have as many as will show up.
Okay,
which is scary.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know exactly the number. I remember hearing the Dream or the World. There was 150 something, I guess, cars there at one point. I'm sure it's fell off here in recent years, but it's very possible.
Oh yeah, it's very possible. I'm glad they're prepared for the logistics of it. Is all I can say.
I couldn't imagine it.
I'm telling you. But anyway, so yeah, Kyle said it's smooth, fast. Look like gonna widen out. Hopefully, it'll widen out. I imagine don't have much choice but to widen out.
Yeah.
And I just hope it's gonna be a racy track. I hope it's gonna be. I just hope it ain't follow the leader around the top.
I hope not either. And I mean, you know, as much banking is in that track still, yeah. I mean, they can definitely you should be able to run too wide around there. And I know that's probably something that they all want to know, because you know you can put best dirt you can on it, you can prep it, this, that, and other, but if the track don't fall off properly, it's not gonna make for a good passing side by side racetrack. And there ain't no way for them to know that until they just get out there and do it.
You're exactly right. And it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be fun to watch, fun to see. I'm still debating on trying to run up there a couple of days and watch some.
Yeah, I want to go. I really do. I gotta get the logistics worked out for work for me, but
I got a chance to go, so.
Well, yeah. If I can't go, you definitely need to go. Well, you got the chance for sure. Definitely not something you want to pass up. Anybody listen, if you got the chance to go to Bristol, you know you don't really know how often this is going to happen, and the opportunity to be able to see what's going to go on there. I mean, you know, Kyle Larson's going to be running.
Kyle Busch is going to be running.
Kyle Busch is going to be running with Davenport. You know, there's going to be a lot of people there trying to win this big money. I think it's $50,000 to win. That finale night or whatever it is, I guess. But
Davenport is giving up going to one of the Lucas races to go to that.
I'm pretty sure there's not going to be anybody at the.
I don't know. I don't know.
I really figured they would have rescheduled that race.
They did one of them or something. I don't remember what all happened. I saw where one of them dropped, and they said they were rescheduled. I don't know. I had to look it all up again. But speaking of, Bristol and all that fun stuff, and people that's gonna be running it. Let's go to this guy on the phone again with us. He's been on here before, but he was with a little trio the last time. And they didn't sing too good, but, it was all right. But anyway, our buddy Jeremy Conaway. Jeremy, what is up, my man?
What's up, guys? Just enjoying some of this fine Illinois weather.
Dude, well, we were just talking about our weather down here earlier. How good is y'all's today?
It's like 50-something. It's better than 2 weeks ago, where it felt like it was negative 50, so it's a plus.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's better. We got spoiled
Nose
this past
melted,
week.
so.
Yeah, we got spoiled this past weekend. It was 82 degrees here yesterday.
Yeah, that's I'm waiting for it, which I've been sneaking down there a little bit doing some sign work, so I've been feeling the weather down there. It's kind of hard to leave it.
Especially where you been. Yeah, I saw you were down in Hilton Head and stuff like that. Man, you down in all the nice places and stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty nice down there. It's a pretty neat place around there. It's I told my dad it reminds me of Jurassic Park, though. Like the trees and everything.
Yeah.
You wait for a T-Rex to jump out and try to eat you or something.
Yeah.
It's got some old ones on there. There's a house somewhere down there that is completely built around a tree, and I saw the tree because they were redoing the house, and that tree is massive. It's insane. Oh,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
That's cool. Well, anyway, last time we talked to you, it was before y'all had y'all's open house up there. How did everything go?
Actually, the open house went really well. Everybody came up too. We had a great Friday and Saturday, and we appreciate everybody coming out. And our vendors came up, and we got to do a lot of intermingling between people. And some of our customers got to meet our vendors, and I think it worked out well for all the guys that showed up and did exactly what we wanted to. And I mean, kind of asked people, and now they're like, man, we're ready for next year. So I mean, that's always a positive. And got a lot of phone calls of people like, man, we missed a good time, or we missed this or that. I'm like, yeah, anytime you put a few of us in one spot together, it usually is a good time. So, but no, it was really, really good deal. And we really appreciate everybody that came out, and we had people from several different states, and heck, we had people from down in your guys' area come up here, and we really appreciated it.
Well, maybe next time I won't have surgery right before it, and I might can swing up there myself.
Yeah,
so
it'd be good. You guys have fun. We got to do some live show. I don't know if that'd be a good idea though. Live, I don't know.
Well, we'd have to do
the edit.
We did it before 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll do the live show, but it's got to be the after-party live show. That's the one we got to do.
Oh, you better get the edit key out a lot.
Oh, good deal, man. Well, wanted to talk to you about your deal you got going on now with our buddies up there at SRI Performance and you at 1521 Motorsports there. And tell us about this deal that has come together. We saw going around on social media with y'all there.
Yeah, we've worked with SRI for several years in our parts business, and done a lot of stuff with them. And Earl introduced us to them several years ago, and they've been good to us. And them guys are involved in Roush Yates deal with Ford, and they have some motor programs. And into last year, we went through a couple motors and was looking for one, and found a new RY45 from Larry Clark at Custom Race Engines and put it in, and was pretty happy with it and pretty excited, and didn't really think too much about it. And Larry kind of called and talked to him a little bit and just gave him some, of our thoughts or what we kind of was looking for. And we picked up some speed too. And next thing you know, Chad Elliott had called from SRI and asked if we were kind of interested in maybe doing something, kind of carry the badge as a, I call myself a regional type racer, and try to, see if we can't do something to promote the motor. And it's kind of went from there, and we kind of waited and kind of seen how it was going to go. And kind of sat down a few times with, Larry and Chad and the guys at SRI, and talked to them guys, all talked, and Doug Yates and them, and kind of ended up where it's at now. And now we're kind of holding the badge and going to be pushing the motors and going to be doing the Ford stuff. So it's a pretty cool deal.
That is pretty cool,
That's
man.
huge.
That's a nice deal
it's
to
huge
have
for our program.
Yeah, that is very huge. Yeah. We were able to meet Chad, and he is a brilliant mind for sure. So partnering up with him is cool.
That could be debatable.
Yeah.
No, I love Chad. Actually, he was the first person that I met at SRI, and I'll tell you what, anytime I can call him, and them guys take care of you. And Chad is very knowledgeable, and he helps us with all our other stuff. Our customers here, that we take motor. We still do a lot of stuff with Earl and send motors over to him, and the Chevy stuff and crates, and Chad and them guys are heavily involved in that too. So we're doing a lot, but the RY deal is, we're trying to get it back out there. There's a lot of guys that are in the D style Ford, and the RY, Larry and Doug Yates have worked really hard on it this last couple of years and kind of mastered out some of the little bugs they had in the dirt world. And I believe they have a really solid piece and good lasting piece, and something that could get local and regional guys through seasons and not have to have motors freshened and fall apart or worry about the thing. So that's kind of the goal this year, is to get out there, and hopefully we can do our best and represent it right. So
that's right, and that's cool. It almost brings it to like a crate motor type deal for the super guys. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of, they have the 45 is kind of a kit that SRI has and owns, and and anybody can get those. There's several guys that build those, but they just that. I think Larry Clark, their custom, he put a lot of effort and time into that, and him and Jeremy, and they, took it as that motor is a specific passion to get it going again. And he's seen a lot of stuff that he liked. And I'll tell you, after running one, it right there at the end of the year, we popped her in and we seen some speed and liked it. And it's just kind of weird how it all kind of fell in place here. So I'm very grateful for them guys to give me an opportunity to be able to do this and represent them. And I feel like we can do it. We got a good team and good business, and I feel like we do a good job promoting ourselves. So if it gets too bad, I just make Tilly cook steaks for everybody all the time, and then we won't have to worry about bad publicity. So
I'm still waiting on one myself. So we got to get him back, or I got to get back around y'all guys anyway, and get me one.
Yeah,
I had some pizza, at 2:00 in the morning. That was pretty good.
Yeah, you never know what's coming out of that bad boy, but yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm pretty blessed on letting them guys, reaching out to me and take somebody like me, and I kind of understand the goal there is try to give somebody that doesn't have some huge spotlight or some huge name that, that them guys are fast all the time. So maybe this make our program change and people will see it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that these motors are meant to be top ran with the best of the best. I mean, they're some of the coolest pieces I've ever seen, and I've been around racing for a long time. But we're really excited. We really are. We're real excited. So
we're excited for you, man, and I'm excited because, and I know y'all have, like you said, y'all been working together a long time with SRI and everything. But it's just really funny to me because I met you, or me and Sterling met you. We were in Ohio at the championship up there, and I mean, just you drove up there, stuff like that, and it's funny for us because all of a sudden it all just ties back together, and it's like the dirt world is just one.
Yeah.
It's like a small community, but it all comes tying back together. So it's really cool for us to have friends, and working with a company like SRI like we do, and then all of a sudden it just ties all back together.
Yeah, and I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean that's part of it. One way or another is, it's trying to create those networks. Like I said, what we try to do here with people is, I mean that's what we're trying to do, is to get a network, a group of businesses and manufacturers and stuff to bring back or around to other people. And like you said, it's a small world. It's going to come back around. So I tell guys, don't get upset or don't do certain things because you kind of never know what's on the horizon for you. Just keep at it and keep going, and next thing you know, it might come around for you. So. But yeah, it is cool. I mean, it's cool how we ended up, meet and then come around, and then next thing you know, you're doing interviews and stuff. It's kind of awesome.
It is. It really is. Well, cool, man. That's awesome. Well, speaking of, you said, and you classify yourself as more of a regional racer. Your regional out there, we were talking before, your region there consists of a lot of places, though. It's not just like it's track here and there like it is around here. Y'all have a lot of tracks around there. And so what is how many races you looking at this year?
I mean, we have a set kind of solid schedule there, but I'm guessing our game plan is close to 80 this year. So if we can get that in, it'd be awesome. But that's kind of our goal. So we're gonna try to get ramped up here in the March here, and I mean, because it's not hard to do. We're gonna do the MLRA thing again, but in between there, we're able to do the Hell Tour. I mean, right there in a month, you're throwing almost 30 races right out of the gate. So you do that in a month, and then you do another 30 or 60, and then some random races throughout the season. It's not hard to get to that 70 or 80 mark.
That's just booking it.
It's not hard to, but I'm gonna tell you what, that's a lot of races. I mean, I don't know. For me, that's a lot of time at track, which is good. That is awesome because that is what guys like you with businesses like you are associated with and run and everything else. That's what y'all need. Y'all need to be at the track and getting your products out there, and just like with SRI, showing them what that RY45, custom race engine there will do. And I mean, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it is, and I mean that's just it too. I mean, I think they've seen that, we're trying to be out there, and I mean we try to be too, because we try to be obligated to our customers, and do stuff with them and be out in the world, or even products like sometimes we try certain things to see if it's worth putting in our shop, or maybe it is a good deal and we'll try it and pass it on to our customers that can't afford that extra high dollar part, but this is just as equal and not as much money. So that's where a lot of our racing comes in, and it's good for our business, and I mean it helps us out too. And I mean the more you're out there, the more stuff kind of tends to come to you a little bit also. So
that's right. Well, speaking of, who all y'all got partnered up with this year? Who all's on the card this year?
Well, we have everybody back that we had last year. We got SRI. We have Dynamic Drivelines, Performance Bodies, Zeta Engineering. We have Custom Engines, RY45. Sorry, I think I'm getting a cold here. We have Outpace come on board this year, along with FK Rod Ends. We have Base Fuel. And you guys caught me off guard here. That's horrible. I got so many that they all give me a hard time anyways. They're like, man, dude, how many decals you got on there, But
I love it. That's what
Maximum Oil and SPA. We got Stop Tech Brakes, Profab Headers, our line race supply, Fox Racing Shocks, Draco Springs, and Schaller Racing Shocks. Rocket Chassis is pretty much who's there with us this year. And actually, I was down in the South Carolina area for you guys, Cat Island Golf Pool and Grill Resort. If you want to go to a beautiful golf course on Cat Island and do you some golfing down around there, so let me know and get you hooked up. That's a beautiful spot. So
sweet.
Well, I can't play golf worth nothing, but I can definitely drink and drive the golf cart around. And
well, that's that place would be good for that because I think everybody'd be all right on that deal. But so and we got a couple. I got a new guy. I got Steve Eric Jones. He's from Iowa. Is coming in and hired him in the shop here to give us a hand and. He has some past race experience with some guys, and got Tilly, and this year kind of Mark Tudor's always kind of helped me, through the past, but this year I think he's going to be a majority of our races, and we've been
good deal.
I got cars sitting in Charlotte, and I got cars up here that we both kind of working on and getting stuff ready to go, and it's going to be a big, big help to have a guy like him kind of around all the time that's help keep us in line with, having a NASCAR background has already helped our shop flow and, just preparation and stuff like that. I mean, you have to be ready when you're going to throw 80 races at you. So, having a guy in that caliber is really, really awesome. And I mean, he's a great guy, and just the connections, of him having, like at Fox with Ronnie Crooks and them. I mean, Ronnie's like the godfather of shocks, and
right.
And them guys are best pals, and you get, it's back to that network thing, next thing they know a few guys, and, it just builds a pretty cool team.
Absolutely.
And that's what it takes. That's definitely what it takes. Well, cool, man. That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what happens this year. I mean, I know y'all will be ramping up here within a month or so, and really getting down to it and getting ready to get started. Man, that's cool. I'm glad to.
Yeah. We had our eyes set on Bristol, and like I was telling you there before off the phone there, we had some business obligations come up that we could not pass up, and kind of got in the time frame there, and you gotta make the money to be able to go do this stuff.
So
you
gotta pay the bills.
Yeah, that's right. And we kind of really didn't. Honestly, we wasn't planning on ramping up until, maybe end of March here, or hitting the Illini 100, our first race. Anyways, so that's going to be a good one here in our own backyard, and so it's not, like I said, it's not hard to hit a bunch of races around here, and then let alone, we're going to try to run through November and try to plan stuff out where we're a little better calculated for next year, going in maybe Arizona or something. So just see how this year goes.
That's awesome, man. Well, while we got you on the phone, you talking about, I know you're not going now, but Bristol, what, just sitting back as a spectator, what you think about that going on there?
I mean, I think it's a great thing, like we've talked about before, putting guys out in the spotlight and, there might be a lot of race fans that know NASCAR but don't know dirt late models as deep, or even marketing people.
Right.
But, Tilly's phone's ringing. Imagine that.
Go figure.
I think, spectator-wise and all that's going to be a great thing for our sport. I mean, I don't believe there's ever a bad thing when people get to watch it, or, you can introduce it to a new genre of people.
Right, yep.
So that's always good. I think as a racer, I really, think and hope these guys prepare themselves, for a pretty serious racetrack. I hope everybody takes it serious and, makes it a good first impression and race good and do well, because it'd be cool to kind of keep going back with this stuff, but I think it's going to be a pretty good show. I mean, they're watching the other night. They were getting around there real well, and I think once there's a few more cars on the track and they move the track up a little bit, I think the speeds are going to pick up a lot more.
Yeah.
Them guys were moving pretty good.
Yeah, I think somebody said Strickler was running around there lap average like 122, 23 mile an hour, something like that. So that's totally legal.
Yeah, and you imagine, like that track there, move them up closer to the wall and watch those speeds go up, because,
oh yeah,
they get up into that good banking, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. So, I hope everybody watches it and enjoys it, and it's for first time in a long time. I hope it ain't bashed. I'd rather hear more constructive criticism, or even just promoting than
Right.
we can't afford to keep bashing the sport. It's not in the best spot as it is. So we kind of all need to start getting together and trying to help and promote and support local racing to national touring stuff.
That's right. That's definitely right. We've been saying that for years, and that is 100% true. One thing me and Sterling were saying about it, and we weren't bashing it at all. It was just, boy, I hope they've got the logistics figured out with that many cars that they're going to have on that track throughout that first week of racing there. I hope they got logistics figured out how to keep that track from
and that's
bad.
the stuff I'm talking about. Like construction, constructive criticism is a good thing. I think, my personal opinion, I think it's too many cars the first time around, or split it in 2 weeks where,
Right.
you kind of learn a few things and get a few days to regroup. It's hard to catch back up when you don't stop, so, I don't know. These guys, do races and stuff for a living, so maybe they know something we don't know or have an idea, but it's a lot of race cars I know on regular nights and trying to get stuff done. And nothing goes to plan, so
Exactly.
it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch it. And which Bristol, they got the money to pay the best of the best people to come around that know how to work a track. So
yeah, but you can't buy no more time.
no, you definitely can't buy time.
No, you can't buy time. Even they're the testing. They kind of fixed and worked the track a little bit and was into the late morning. That wasn't a plan, and I'm really glad they stepped up and fixed that and made people wait and still went on to.
Yeah.
That track is, it's going to be fast, and if they want a good show, it better be smooth and fast. You don't want that track rough and fast, because there won't be many cars left, or people want to come back.
Right, that's when it gets scary, like the last time with people breaking hubs and everything else, and something. But they don't have quite as much banking in it this time, so hopefully that won't be an issue. I don't think it is. I think everybody has stepped up their stuff from last time. That was 20 years ago.
Stuff's improved. Yeah, I think things have improved too. Stuff's made a little better and a lot more billet pieces. A lot more nicer manufactured stuff. Cars are, not as lightweight and stuff as they used to be, and it should be pretty good. Actually, we're kind of upset we're not going to be there, to be honest with you, because I thought it'd be a really cool thing to be a part of. That's why I'm hoping it goes well, and comes back again, so we can maybe be a part of it the second time around. So
us too, because I like racing anywhere, and especially seeing it at new places. It's fun to see. It's fun to see new tracks pop up, even though it's not a new track by no means, but it just putting dirt on it. Hadn't done it in forever now, so it's cool to see. So, but anyway,
yeah, I mean that's cool. It's gonna be cool. I hope everybody rents it, watches it, goes to it, and even I tell everybody, if you can share it to the general public. And since it's at a NASCAR place, like I said, there's a lot of extra people out in the world that knows NASCAR but don't understand dirt late model racing.
That's
so
right.
I mean, it might be a great thing to introduce some new people to the sport.
And it's cool how me and Sterling were just talking about it a little bit earlier. Going to have some NASCAR drivers stepping down, or I say stepping down, they ain't stepping down at all. It's stepping over to
stepping up. They're
exactly,
stepping up.
Exactly, they are. I mean, I guess just a common saying, but they really are. I mean, they're gonna have to be on their game. Kyle Busch to get out there. I'm not saying he's, he ain't chopped liver at all, but I think this is gonna be a new experience coming to him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kyle Larson's made it look kind of easy for a lot of them, but I mean, it's not fair in his game. I mean, I think Will in a sprint car, the speeds and stuff he does is phenomenal anyways. So, dirt and that asphalt are kind of two things, and he's got a lot of dirt experience, but the other guy's kind of stepping over. I think seeing that, I hope they ain't thinking it's that easy, because it ain't that easy. So
It is definitely not. Definitely not. Do you since you were just talking about Larson, I'll figure I'd ask you this question. Do you think Larson's success has become in the late model just from, I know a sprint car and a late model are two different things, but being able to read the track, that is pretty much the same across the board when it comes to a dirt track. Do you think some of that success comes from just being able to read the track and know where that line's going and know how to run it?
I think so, and I mean, Kyle Larson, I mean, he's a Jack Hewitt, he's a AJ Foyt, he's a Tony Stewart. The guy's proven it. He's a natural talent. I mean, he could probably get in a Yugo and make the feature. I mean,
that's right.
He can drive. He's one of the greats. And I mean, it's just like any sport. You got guys that are just good at what they can do, and I mean, he's one of them guys. And I mean, don't get me wrong either. You catch heat when you say, "Oh yeah, he's good in this and that," but look at his equipment. Yeah, his equipment is good. I mean, Rumley's awesome in that, but I mean, come on, man, you still got to get in there and wheel that thing. You could have the best of everything, but you still got to be able to drive it, and you still, like you said, got to be able to pick out the right lines and make the right moves. And I just think he's just that good. I really do. I mean, he's from go-karts to sprint cars to NASCAR. I mean, look at it. I mean, that he's won in everything he's ever been in. So to sit and say that he's, not that way, or he had the best equipment, it's kind of silly if you really look at his career. I mean, he's, in my eyes, he's really that good. And I'm not a Kyle Larson fan. I mean, I like him, but
Right,
I like guys like Kyle Busch and people like that. But I don't have a problem sitting and tell you that he's definitely awesome. He's the real deal.
Well, what you said right there is exactly what I've told Sterling, or what me and Sterling have had conversations about. People say, "Oh, he's had in the late model. He look at the equipment he had. He's got Rumley over there." Yeah, but you also have just for instance, you have Bloomquist out there with the best of the best equipment. You have Brandon Shepherd over there with the best of the best.
McCready. I mean, we can go on and on. Besides them guys,
There's
they
no
all
slouches.
have zero. And he is. He's. I mean, he really is. He's that good. I mean, he is really that good. And in our world today of dirt late model racing, if, you're that good and things are that close, which also helps, these guys you get a good guy like Rumley and that, and I mean, it pays off, to have that whole package, and you start breaking things down into percentages, and, you get a driver that could be an 80% of your percent. I mean, you're kind of coming out of the gate better than a lot of guys that, are great drivers, but I mean, there's always somebody in the world that's either, is better than you or, tries harder. I mean, that's just life, so.
That's it. Well, cool, man. Well, I know we have gotten way off topic from what we originally started, but that's why it's cool to have you on here. We can talk about anything, man. We appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, we're back to the SRI thing. I mean, that's a great company, Greg and Kevin and Eric and Jim over there. I mean, they've always treated us like family. It's a wonderful business. I mean, they help out our race program tremendous, and even like their article, I was happy the way it was worded that I personally have helped them reach strengths in the Midwest and done stuff, and I mean that's how we try to do it here. We try to share our partners and our business people and vendors and stuff, and try to do as much as we can, because it's there's good stuff out here. Don't get me wrong. The Midwest ain't it's no shortcake, but I mean it's there's good stuff, but it ain't coming in the cup world. I mean, every day out there's something new and creative that's being made while you're speaking. So
yeah.
We just try to learn every bit and bring it here however we can, and SRI is a great company to do that with, because they're involved with pretty much, all the NASCAR teams and the right people. And so it's a wonderful partnership for us. It works very well.
That's cool, man. That's well worded yourself. We couldn't have said it any better ourselves. Oh, good. Thank you for our commercial this week.
Well, I mean, it's like you can kind of BS your way through certain things, but then there's companies out there like that you can just flat talk about it, and they represent themselves well enough that it's the truth, and kind of when you speak it, that's what you get. So I mean, that's kind of the persona we're trying to do here at our shop, is make people feel comfortable and want to come back and come here and deal with us and do stuff. And it's not easy either. It's trying to take care of a lot of customers, and it's hard, and we try, but we try our best, and I think it's getting there, and we're getting to people. It's kind of funny you sent me that text message the other day of I don't even know where you're at, and
I was at Fayetteville.
Guys wearing our shirts all over the place.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, wow, look down there. There's one of Jeremy's shirts.
Yeah, I mean, that makes you feel good. I mean, that shows that your business is throughout. And, I mean, we have customers in Australia, Canada. I mean, we do quite a bit of stuff. And we're thankful for everybody that calls us and gives us an opportunity, that's for sure.
Well, that's good, because we actually have listeners in Australia and New Zealand. So maybe pick up a few more customers.
Well, just if they're listening and they talk to Tilly, he's really not Australian. He tries to talk like he's Australian. Just like when he talks to my friends out on the East Coast out there, he gets kind of a southern drawl to him, and I got to bring him and tell him he's the Yankee again and clear his throat up for him.
Yeah, but he just adapts to whatever he's talking to and makes him feel at home.
That's right. That's how he does it. It's a normal conversation.
That's it. That is a normal conversation with Tilly, so that's good. I typically have conversation with him. I just see him text, because every time I do a Facebook Live, he's the first person on there to say, "Where you at?" or "What you doing?" So it's awesome. So I talk to him through Facebook Live, and he types back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we try to do our part, and we try, like I said, we try to watch our customers and see where they're at and see what's going on, and see if somebody needs some help or needs some parts or whatever. So,
well, while you're on here, tell them how to get in touch with you.
well, prefer people to call the shop at 217-341-5019. You can ask for Tilly, or you can check us out on Facebook at Illini Racing Supply. Messages on there, or hit the call button and give us a call. We've got a couple people here actually that can give you a hand, but definitely hit us up and see if we can't help you out, or do a little bit about everything here. So just check us out.
I know, and like you were just saying, y'all do about everything. I know you don't only just offer parts. Tell them about all the services y'all actually offer too.
Yeah, we do. We'll build bodies on cars, and we go through race cars and plumb them, and help people put motors in. Go through the cars with them. We have pull down rig and shock service and dynos, and do laser alignment stuff. A little bit of fabricating equipment here too. We can kind of build some custom stuff if they'd like. Yeah, we're kind of a full service shop, and just try to help our customers out. And we know that everybody can't have all this stuff in their shop, so we have it here and try to help the race community around us with it, and come in. And another cool thing we do is, any traveling teams, or even if you're not a traveling team and you're out racing out this way, give us a call. We have plenty of room for you. You bring your car in, you can wash it and put it on a lift, go through it. There's plenty of parking and showers and stuff here at the shop to stay. And that's kind of how we built this place too, was around to let people come in and stay for, a couple of days. And we know how it is. You get out there and you're stuck in a Walmart parking lot or on the side of a road somewhere, and it's hot and nasty. So kind of built something to help cater to people that are out running around and can kind of have a little bit of a home here. So don't be shy. Give us a call too if you're out running around racing this summer and need a place to stop in. We got plenty of room.
That's awesome. The racing rest area. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Buy some parts while you're there. Get your car washed, whatever. I figured it had to be real good up there, because I looked on I think it was Facebook one day, and I see our buddy Derek McGrew Jr. and them. They went from New York all the way over there to Illinois just to take the car to Illini Racing.
Yeah, we did some stuff on their car and helped out Derek, and some guys are good people, and I think that kid's going to be a really good race car driver. I mean, he already is a really good race car driver, and his dad keep pushing him the way he is only going to make him better. So, we're glad that he got hooked up into our network of people with Earl and them guys and Willie, and it's just good group of guys. And every time we turn around, all of us are kind of texting each other or helping each other or try to find something. And I mean, it's kind of what we all do. We know we got to do that to survive. So that's kind of our mentality, is give each other hands when we can.
I end up being on the far end of those texts. I just get pictures of rubber chickens and stuff texted to me, and I'm like, what are they even talking about?
No, I don't even. I wanted to cut the head off that thing. That stuff. I'm not even gonna ruin this interview with the rubber chicken.
So that goes into the after party
exactly
interview.
I did see it look like everybody got one shipped to them though.
Yeah, you could, except for me, so you can tell how I was with the rubber chicken. I told them if I got a rubber chicken, they're never gonna like me ever again. So. Yeah, my buddy Randy, he had that thing going all night long. I don't know if I think he found his long lost friend, and it all became fun, and he had that thing going, and everybody was laughing, and Randy being Randy, have everybody laughing about everything, and everybody had a good time, and next thing you know, they all showed up in the mail.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good time. That's the good time you have around this dirt racing community here because it's always fun. Well, man,
Yeah.
it's been so good having you on here, and yeah, you're welcome to come on here anytime you're available and want to talk about whatever and however, and, when you have time. But man, we sure appreciate you coming on here, though.
Yeah, no, I anytime you guys want, and I kind of like talking, like you guys being out on the east and over here, kind of give people some information and stuff, let them know what's going on over here. But yeah, we're definitely excited, and we're geared up, and I hope we have as good a season as what we're anticipating, and I suggest people, try to help out the people that help us, and once again, I can't thank, SRI and Chad and Larry Clark and, the Doug at Yates, and it's a pretty awesome deal, and we're very blessed and glad that we were asked to do it, and we're going to give it our best shot, and I think we might surprise some people. So.
Oh, it ain't gonna be no surprise to me because I'm expecting it to be up front.
That's right.
So.
We're ready to see.
Yeah.
Good deal, man. Well, like I said, we sure appreciate it, and I know I will be talking with you soon. And good luck.
Yeah, get back down there. I'll make sure I holler you guys. We go play some golf or something, and you guys can come down there. I'm not going further north than where I've been. That's I'm done spoiled when I went down there, and it was 75 degrees, and it was 14 degrees at home. I'm like, yeah, I'll stick right down here in this little corner of South Carolina. It's hot and beautiful, and so you guys are too far north for me now.
Oh. Hey, well, we thought that the other week too. We went to Florida because it was 80 degrees and sunny every day.
Yeah,
We were there too, and we left there and got back home and it was 40. And I was like, oh god, this is horrible.
Yeah, we got off the airplane, came back home, and there's snow mounds everywhere. I'm like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I'm glad we ain't seen none of that this year. But anyway, man. Well, like I said again, I appreciate you coming on here and hanging out with us for a while, and
Yes, sir.
we will definitely do it again.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
All
All right,
right,
Jeremy.
ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Conaway. Man, we really do appreciate Jeremy coming on here and hanging out with us again, like I just said. And he's a cool guy, good people.
Yeah, definitely cool people. Like you said, it's really cool to meet people, and from all up and down the East Coast and Midwest and
Exactly.
everywhere else. You meet all these guys and girls, and they all treat you like family, man. It's really, really cool. And whether it be the dirt world or the asphalt world, or they're all really cool people. It's just overall the racing community's really, really cool. So, like you said, really cool for him to come on and hang out with us. Very knowledgeable, knows a whole lot about everything to do with
Yep.
the industry. So, like you said, anybody listening, anybody around anywhere, they can ship to anywhere, obviously.
In the world.
So, get in touch with them. They can definitely hook you up and help you out. And if you're in that area, or if you're passing through, like you said, also check them out. It's pretty cool. Go hang out with them and work on your car and hang out for a couple of days.
Illini Racing Supply. Go check them out. Also, for they carry literally everything that SRI carries because they are a partner with SRI, like I said.
Yep.
Draco Springs, everything. I mean, they got everything over there. They're the SRI of Illinois.
Yeah, they sure are.
I mean, that's what they've gone to, and that's awesome that they're bringing supplies where they're needed, racing
right. Well,
products where it's needed.
It's really cool, and I like the fact that they had the whole shop there that they can do pretty much everything,
Right.
help you with everything, and it's not necessarily the parts that I like as much as just the knowledge. They're bringing a lot of knowledge to that area that didn't really have that. Like you said, they were years behind the Charlotte Mooresville area, just because everything's right there. But they're bringing a lot of that knowledge up there, so it's really cool and helping those people out, the regional local guys, getting them to the point where they can compete with the bigger class of people.
That's right. And so call Tilly up there and order you a sandwich or something.
He can do it.
He can do it. No, that's really cool.
I want to call him and tell him I'm from China. I want to see how he talks to me then.
Okay. Oh, that's great. No, that's really cool. Like we were just saying, though, the first time we actually met Jeremy and Tilly and all them, they come rolling in while we were up at Portsmouth at the Dirt Track World Championship there, and not racing.
No,
just come rolling in. They were headed towards North Carolina, so they was like, "Oh, we'll go across to Ohio first." And so they come riding in, talking to. We were up there with Randy Keene and Earl Ramey, and hanging out with him. And all of a sudden, Randy calls me, "Hey, come to this hauler that's back in the corner, just parked in the corner over here. Come back here." Okay. So I just go walking around. There's 40,000 haulers over here. I'm just like, hope I'm walking in the right one. No, walk in there and Tilly breaks out this craziest pizza oven I've ever seen in my life. It was open. It was all open, and it was like an infrared pizza cooker.
Sweet.
And we ended up eating 2 pizzas there in the toter at 2:00 in the morning.
Good times.
Oh, it was fun. So cool. I can't wait to see what Jeremy's gonna do on the track this year.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's really cool. Him with SRI, our buddies, and all that good stuff going on there. So speaking of SRI, they were a big sponsor of the SRI Dirt Cup Challenge. Yeah, I get my words all crossed up here. The SRI Dirt Cup Challenge was at Fayetteville Motor Speedway this past week for North Carolina Speed Week. And it actually went on from Wednesday to Saturday, as I said. But they did get rained out Friday night. They were smart, though, because it was calling for a lot of rain, and so they canceled first thing in the morning.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it. I guess they figured everybody was already there for that long. If they gave them a night off, big deal. It probably would help some of them, and it probably did because, first couple nights some guys had things. Some stuff tore up a little bit and gave them a chance to get it all back together and get a good setup under it for Saturday night, make for some good racing. Well, I didn't ever make it till Saturday night. I do know Nick Hoffman won one night. I can't remember who else it was. This is in the modifieds. Matt Crafton was there racing. Like I said, Nick Hoffman. Drake Troutman was there. And Saturday night, Drake Troutman decided to put it on him in the modifieds. And he put it on him, I know, Thursday night in the Legend car. Well, he was also racing the Legend car on Saturday night, and I'm sitting there on the grid with Willie Milliken because we had our camera in his car, and I was waiting on the grid, and I was gonna turn it on when he went out there. All of a sudden, I look out there, and there's just a fireball coming out of turn 2, going all the way down the back straightaway. And
Can't be good.
No, I said, "Oh, that looks bad." I mean, like, it was just covered in flames. That's all you could see. Drake Troutman come out about midway in turn 1 and 2, and I think the motor blew up or either a line come off, I don't know, and hit headers or something. I know it left a trail of oil. It looked like it was a foot and a half wide all the way from turn 2 all the way down the back straightaway until he finally stopped the car on the bottom. Yeah. And it was on, like I said, one big fireball going down there. And so it took them a while to clean all that up. They had to bring some dirt up there and rub in it, try to get it all mixed in, and they finally got it. So anyway, like I said, we put the camera on Willie Milliken's ride for this week. He wasn't driving his car. He was driving somebody else's ride. But yet, doing the things Willie Milliken does, he made it look really good. crate late model there. Put the camera in his car, like I said. He went out for hot laps qualifying and qualified third. Looked pretty fast. He said he didn't like the way it handled steel, but looked fast. Well, went across the scales. He was 40 pounds light.
Wonder why I look fast.
I was like, oh, that ain't good. So apparently the scales that they scaled it out on weren't right the night before because they had to do a bunch of work to it because it got tore up on Thursday night. So had to start at the back of the heat and made his way all the way up to 5th in the heat. I want to say there was about 10 cars in the heat, and he made it up to 5th in 8 laps. So that's pretty good, pretty stout starting, shotgun on the field there. Well, so he started 10th in the feature. Man, the first lap, well, not even first lap. When they took the green, the leader apparently decided he didn't want to go yet. Or something happened to the car. I think he was just trying to play some games on the start because he done it a few more times throughout the race. It stacked up literally, I think, the entire field.
Jesus.
They all spun out down the front straightaway, and fortunately, nobody got anything tore up, really. I mean, everybody just kind of locked them up, spun them around. They kind of bumped into each other, but nothing major.
Yeah.
Well, they took the green again, and by the time they come back around making the second lap, in the first lap, going into the second lap, Willie had come from 10th to 5th.
Jesus. He was rolling.
He was rolling, and I got good footage, all of it, too, to watch how he made them passes. It's really cool, and y'all keep watching our all our social medias. I'll have it up on YouTube, but I'll share it to all our channels. And so really cool to see. He made it up to 2nd eventually. Had another caution. Made up 2nd. Went to restart. Him and the leader gave him the inside. Well, he had a good start, and they kind of got together going into one. Looked like the guy kind of turned into his right rear to me, kind of made him push up the track. Well, he ended up falling back all the way to 4th. Made it back up to 3rd and was right on the guy for 2nd. Couldn't quite make it work, though. Car started pushing pretty good, but I don't even know the guy's name that won it, honestly. My bad. I'm sorry. I was over there. I was focused.
You was focused.
I was focused. So,
well, everybody knew he was there, and like you said, it was an older car.
Yeah, like a 20-year-old car.
So it's pretty cool to know that you can take that car and a car like that and not have to have the best of the best, the brand new of everything, and go run crates and contend. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. And so it was a lot of fun over there. Those guys are a lot of fun to hang out with. Plan to do it a good bit more this year whenever I can get around to some races he's running. He's like, man, you got to get to your track and get the camera on my car, actually. I said, yeah, we do, actually. I had it on his car, but he wasn't driving his car when I had it on there. Just a little test when Derek McGrew Jr. was driving it. So we definitely going to make that happen here soon, hopefully. So that was a fun night at the track. Landon went with me. Landon said he had more fun at the racetrack than he's ever had.
That's awesome.
I guess because we were kind of there with a car and kind of going down in and out the infield, and
yeah,
he was a little more involved in it, I reckon.
Oh yeah, definitely. That makes a big difference.
So that was cool. Well, then, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even who won the Xfinity race. You know, it was somebody new.
Dadgummit. I know Noah Gregson was leading, and then
Yeah, Mike Snyder.
Yep.
I was glad to see that. Noah had checked out on him and had that race won. Unfortunately, though, that was a racing accident. I can't People can call it whatever they want. David Starr went into the corner. They showed a tire on Facebook, I know, today. Tire come apart on David Starr's car going in the corner. I mean, it was just bad timing. That's all it was.
It showed him. I mean, he pulled down the banking to give him the top.
Right.
And that's when the tire let go, and there wasn't nothing he could do. I mean,
no.
And there wasn't Noah could do. I mean, he couldn't pull down the racetrack at that
No.
point. It was just one of
Second
them things.
If it had happened a second earlier, he'd have had enough time to turn down. If it had a second later, he'd probably been by him.
Yeah, but I know it's tough with Noah. I know he probably said some things that he regrets, I'm sure, because David was running. He was on the lead lap. I think he was running 12th or 11th.
Yeah, he was running
12th.
Like 12th.
So, you know, it wasn't like he was just out there logging laps. It wasn't like he was just field filler by no means. I mean, that was a very good run for them. So I hate it for everybody involved. That sucks. But, you know, Noah, that's happened to Noah quite a few times. Something
3
along
times
the lines of that. So he's getting pretty fed up with it too. So he's probably bringing a lot of it on himself.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, I mean, we've talked about it before with other people. And Noah kind of, and we talked to him, and he's a super nice guy. And I will always say he's a super nice guy, but he wears his emotions on his sleeve. What you see with Noah is what you get. And I can appreciate that. I really can for the most part. But sometimes you got to, just like that the other night when you know, saying stuff like that, you got to kind of reel it in just a little bit and be like, all right, I don't, you know, there's no way this guy just decided just to pull up in front of me for no reason.
No.
So you got to reel that in just a little bit. And, you know, I think now, you know, you say that, and I say that because, you know, I know if I wanted to put Chicken Bone Alley on a car, I don't want it to be the guy I don't really want it to be the guy to be controversial. Now, you will get your name out there for the guy being controversial, but you don't want it on a young guy being controversial. You want it on a young guy that is real nice with everybody and all that stuff. Now, obviously, once you've made it to Cup level, you can kind of be whatever guy you want to be, apparently, because kind of like any publicity is good publicity.
Or
apparently.
If your name's Ty and your last name's Gibbs, you can just be whatever you want to be
Yeah,
too.
you can be that too. yeah, that's just special. So, but apparently anybody with Gibbs, affiliated with Gibbs, can say anything they want to, whenever they want to.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's a different subject for a different day. But going to the Cup race on Sunday, I watched a fair amount of it. I watched probably I watched 2/3 of it, last 2/3 of it. Missed the start of it, but it's a Cup race. I mean, whatever.
It wasn't too exciting.
Yeah, and I ain't going. The most excitement that was in this race, in my opinion, was there was some pit strategy to kind of shuffle up the field to, if cautions landed at this time, then these guys were going to be good. If caution landed at this time, then these guys were going to be good. So that was fun to see kind of play out, but, you know, it kind of mostly just ended with the planned cautions of the end of stages. So, whatever. The other most exciting thing about the race to me was watching Tyler Reddick come up through the field them last 15 laps or so. He had the fastest car out there, period. He is stupid fast there. I was hoping for a caution. I knew he had heated up his stuff. I knew there was going to come a point that he couldn't continue to drive it that hard.
Right.
And, you know, I want to see the guy that it's kind of a double-edged sword for me, I guess, and I guess I'm probably could be seen as hypocritical about it because, yeah, William Byron had the most consistent car, I guess you would say. He was just, from the second stage on, he was out front. He was consistently there, running a good race. He wasn't overly fast like Tyler Reddick was, but he was plenty fast enough to stay out in front of guys.
Yeah.
By a few seconds, typically. Larson ran second there for a long time and was trying to run him down, and he was getting closer every now and then, but it seemed like he'd knock off a second or so, and then he'd lose 2 seconds to him. But Tyler Reddick come up through that field, man, and he but once he got there to Martin Truex and Kyle Larson, they gave him a good battle, and I think it really burned his stuff up then.
Yeah, it seemed like that from what I could see from the little bit of the last of it I saw. Yeah, I think it's just aero stuff again. I mean, they couldn't really run. They couldn't run beside one another. They couldn't run around one another. It spread out so much. I mean, at one point in the race, I saw it. I think every car had at least like 2.5, 3 seconds in between each other.
Yeah. That's how much of an aero wake is put in between them, I think.
Right. So I mean, you know, in that case, who's to say who has the best car?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much whoever gets out front.
It's whoever gets out front. Whoever gets clean air is who's got the best car.
Now I still say with Tyler Reddick, the way he was coming up through the field, to be able to do that, you had to have a really good car.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. But when you get to a car that's, I mean, yeah, okay. When you got a tenth on a car, okay. When you work in a quarter of a tenth or a half a tenth a lap, you can't do it with the air package that's going on with that car.
No, not at all. Not at all. What was really weird about this race to me, though, was even at the end of the race, Tyler Reddick was about the only person that was really running the wall like we're used to seeing it at Homestead.
Yeah.
That was just odd, and I guess it's like somebody said it was the juice worth the squeeze to run a wall up there, because you can be fast up there, but it's pretty much guaranteed, about like Darlington, you're going to hit the wall. I heard him even calling it the Homestead Stripe. You know, I'm like, oh, they're trying to take it from Darlington.
Take Darlington, yeah. Yeah, every year every year we have seen, I think Tyler Reddick in the past couple of years, he's tore the right side of it off.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the fastest things there. And by all of them, I say Kyle Larson. He has been by far the fastest thing at Homestead. And it seems like he always ends up tearing the right side of it off at some point during the race and kills his race.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it really isn't worth it, really, at that point.
No, but I guess that's what makes it bad for the fans watching it. Yeah, I understand the racing side of it, and I understand why you want to keep it off there. I 100% understand that. But when you don't want to run it, even though it's the fastest line, you don't want to run it, it kind of dulls down the racing for me.
Yeah.
It was like after a restart, after 5 or 6 laps, they kind of got where they were running and just kind of stayed there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so bad about it. And I've heard Kyle Busch talk about it a lot. And there's been others, but no matter how good of that's got to be the most frustrating thing in the world. And them boys talk about, they'll spend a whole fuel run working one car.
Yeah.
They'll spend a whole fuel run to try to pass one car.
About
because
60
of the
laps out there, ish.
They'll pass one car.
One car.
It's
even though you're
unreal.
faster than him.
Right. You cannot pass them. That has got to be so frustrating. That's not, to me, that's not racing by any means. That's not exciting at all. And I hope this car's going out this year. And I hope this new car that's coming. I know it's a little more space shuttle-ish, whatever you want to call it, Formula One-ish.
Well, it's a V8 supercar.
So my point being of that is I haven't seen a Formula One or a V8 supercar be any more racy than what we're seeing now.
Nah.
So what are they fixing? I don't really see that. I don't know. But hopefully they are. I don't know.
They got exhaust on both sides.
That's going to make the whole difference. And they're going to have a 1.3 second pit stop. That's going to be awesome. It's so exciting. Can't wait.
I'm waiting for them to up the number of crew members, put air jacks on the car, Are they
And
putting
they're-
air jacks on the car?
They
No,
probably
no.
are. I don't know. I
I
wouldn't
heard
doubt it.
something about air jacks, but I don't think they're putting it on it yet. It's coming.
It-
I'm waiting on to put, guys on all four corners just already sitting there.
Yeah.
Zzz,
Yep.
zzz.
And the ice cream dispenser on the dash. It's coming. It's coming.
I might start driving them then.
You never know. But God dog, they want. I mean, they gonna have air conditioning in them.
They probably are.
They gonna. I mean, what else are they gonna? I mean, it just. I don't know, man.
With paddle shifters.
That's what's so upsetting to me about the cup season, and us, and we all do it. Everybody does it, I guess, but some people fall into it more. But we got to start the season. All right, Daytona's coming up. We're all speed weeks. We're all hyped up. We're ready for cup season. We're ready to check it out. Whatever. And then normally by a few weeks,
really
couple
by
months
next week.
in,
Really by next week when Las Vegas comes.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, now we're 3 weeks in, and now all of a sudden already we had the first not even cookie cutter mile and a half racetrack, and it's already boring.
Yeah.
The whole reason why we all realize and we remember now why they have put in the stage cautions, because there were no cautions.
No.
It's
I will
just not
say,
exciting.
I will say for me, and I've heard a lot of people say otherwise, and I don't know, maybe they just hyped it more because it was always the end of the season race for a long time. But to me, racing at Homestead has never been that exciting since they have changed it to the higher bank configuration that it is now.
No.
In my opinion, it was better when it was flat, when it was low banking. There was passing. It was, you had to use the brake pedal. Guys don't hardly. I mean, now they don't use the brake pedal. They rely on banking to hold them. Cup cars, Xfinity cars, they use very little brake in these things anymore. And Daytona Road Course, to me, that was way more exciting to watch. And watching them go around in line for, however long that race was, and at Homestead. So I like a race regardless. I don't care if it's road course, short track, whatever. When they have to use the brakes, that's when it makes it exciting, because that creates passing. And don't get me wrong, I still want to see the best guy win, but I want to see passing. I want to see guys be able to pass. I could care less about having to work somebody for a fuel run to try to be able to pass them, or just hope to get close enough that maybe we can beat them in the pits to get around him.
Yeah, it's terrible. It really is, and that's what we're going to see the rest of this year. We all know it. Everybody knows it.
Well, I'm just glad they added in more road courses then and a dirt track.
Yeah, that's going to make the I think that's going to save the viewership this year.
Yeah, had to. I mean, they had to do something.
That's got to be what it is, because the this mile and a half boring racing stretched out, that's not gonna they're not gonna have any viewers watching that. I promise you.
No.
So anyway, we'll see what happens. Glad to see William Byron get the win with his old teammate Rudy Fugle. That's pretty. Old crew chief.
Yep.
Rudy Fugle. That's pretty neat. He's pretty cool dude. Seemed like.
Yeah, and he's a good crew chief. Good crew chief.
And they work really good together too. I mean, not to say Check and House isn't a crew chief. We all
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
oh yeah. I mean, that's a given.
It seems like I think Rudy and William are very personable with one another and worked good years ago. So that's pretty cool that they were able to match up and pair up there. So.
Yeah, and you'd actually be surprised, and this is going back for Chad Canals. Chad Canals is probably doing more for the cars now,
yeah,
as far as product on the track, than he was when he was on the box.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's got more time to be there looking at them, not worried about getting to the track himself. And when you got a mind like that in the shop, good things are bound to come, and every one of them Hendrick cars honestly looked good. Chase led early. When the sun went down, his car wasn't as good. But I ain't sure where Alex was.
I saw him like top 10 area, something.
Yeah, but Kyle was there, and obviously William won it. So
yeah. Well, one person I want to talk about real quick, we're going to get off here in a second, but how about old Michael McDowell, man?
dude,
He is he is doing great. A lot of people said Daytona was a fluke, whatever. It wasn't, because he's run every restrictor plate or whatever race I've seen him. He's right up in there, and I think he finished 8th at the road course, which was very impressive. And then, 6th?
6th yesterday. That is the first time that team has ever had a top 10 at a 1.5-mile track.
Really?
Really.
Wow, that's very cool.
I didn't realize that. I figured.
No, I didn't either. But kind of what I was wondering is, I mean, no doubt, winning Daytona 500 as a wealthy paycheck. What I was kind of wondering was, did that open doors for them to be able to spend a little more money on that package or get something?
Well, they landed more sponsors, so apparently that's more money.
Right. So,
but what I heard, it was who was talking about it? It was Michael McDowell and I think it was Martin Truex. They were in a conference together, and Martin kind of talked about it, and then Michael said he was absolutely right. And what is happening? They've put a lock on development of any parts. They're not accepting any new parts in NASCAR, because you have to get approval for every part that you put on the car, pretty much. So what has actually happened is development has stopped. So these teams that were getting, old equipment like Front Row, they were getting equipment from Hendrick or their Ford, so they were probably getting from Penske or something like that, or Stewart Haas or something like that, of stuff, shocks and things like that were a season old or something like that. Right. Well, now there is no, even if you got a season old, it's the same stuff they got. So they're being able to work on the same stuff. So when you have 20 engineers over at Stewart Haas, say, working on it, well, you got 2 or 3 back here at Front Row.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these 20 got there fast. Well, now these 3 back here are figuring it out.
Oh, yeah.
Because these 20 up here can't do anything else with it.
Right.
So
it took them a lot longer, but now they can't go anywhere. They're catching up. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does make a big difference for sure. And one thing I noticed right now with the no qualifying deal, especially with the 1.5 miles, we saw Homestead work, and I think it'll work at Las Vegas. It seems like your starting position makes a world of difference because track position.
It does.
And with Michael starting up or finishing these races up front, he's starting up front.
Better pit selection.
The whole 9 yards. It all starts right there. So I think that's making a big difference for him too. But glad to see it. Glad to see him. I hate the playoff rule deal because there's I hate the win and you're in thing and
right.
You don't compete and all that. But it's really cool that he's competing and
he's
he's
validating his spot in there.
Right, exactly. And I know we're only 3 races in the season, but I would love to see him contend and stay worthy of that.
I'm gonna tell you, I really think, especially obviously super speedways. I feel like he's always there. He always has been.
Mm-hmm.
Road courses too. He's always he's good, and he's got more of them this year to work with. So
a lot.
This is really coming into his wheelhouse. I tell you, somebody I think for 2 years in a row is really not working for, even though he's changed crew chiefs, and that's Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Kyle does not like. I don't think they do well, or he does well with no practice, for whatever reason.
No,
I don't know why, but I mean we've seen Gibbs cars do just fine. His ability hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, the only thing that has changed, period, is no practice.
Well, I'm just saying the car that Adam Stevens went to, it won last week. So
right, exactly. So You know, and even before that, nothing had changed other than practice and qualifying. So
That's it.
what else could that? I just don't understand that. I don't see how that would be. I don't know. I really don't understand it. But he still hadn't shown anything really too much. I mean, he didn't do anything in the road course, that's for sure. He killed it in the first corner almost. But I don't know. I will say that, you know, the 3 drivers that's locked into the playoffs as of right now, I don't think nobody would have ever guessed those would be the first 3.
No, not at all.
I really wouldn't have. I mean, I'm not saying that they wouldn't have made it in.
Yeah, I figure William Byron would make it.
And Christopher Bell.
Christopher
sure.
Bell, I feel like I honestly would have put Christopher Bell as being one of them that would have been right on the line.
Yeah, 12 to 16
right.
in that area. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would have never. And William Byron made it in like one of the last couple races.
Yeah.
He just made it in, I think. Winning a race. I can't remember.
He won at Daytona.
Yeah. So he was able to make it in from there, I think.
Yeah, that was the last race.
Last race.
Yep.
Yep. So, you know, a lot different than last year, what we kind of anticipated, I guess, or what I thought would have been coming up, you know. But so we'll see what happens. I like that little change. I like to see a lot of the people that the underdogs, I guess, if you will. I don't know there really is such thing in the Cup car anymore, but to kind of see Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick's and all them kind of give everybody else give them a break and let them get up there.
Well, I don't know about even giving a break. I like to see them put pressure on the, you know, quote unquote big dogs of the sport.
Right.
Because with Michael McDowell going in, with I don't know, with Christopher Bell going in, being that it would have been somebody I thought would have been on the line of making it. That puts pressure on some of the guys, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like Kyle Busch, for say. Last year he almost didn't make it into the playoffs at all.
Well,
he was real close.
He was, and you know, like you just said, the playoffs is 16 drivers.
Yep.
Well, honestly, of the 16 drivers, 16 of them ain't in it that I thought would be.
Yeah, exactly.
So now it's down to 13, and that's it's hard to go pick 13 drivers that's gonna make it in the chase.
And I'm gonna tell you, I still would love to see it. I don't think it will happen. I'd love for this different driver winning each week deal to keep on, and I don't know if there's ever been. I think there has been more than 16 drivers win before in a year, but it's been long time ago.
It was during the playoff era. But,
no, definitely wasn't during the playoff era. So I'd love to see that just to make it points racing. But I thought about this yesterday when I was thinking that. I was like, there's another winner. I'd love to see it get past 16, so it would be basically back on points. But it's not on points then. You think about that. Say, you know, somebody like he did with Jeff Gordon that year, Mark Martin finished second, daggone however many times. If you don't win a race,
you ain't in it.
You could be first in points, have more points than anybody, and not be in.
Yep, which I do not like.
Oh no, me neither.
At all.
So,
at all. I still think that's broken, and well, I know they do it for hype, and they do it for the excitement, and they do it for whatever, but consistency has always been what you go for.
What is it you have to be in? You have to be in the top, how many in points to keep it in there?
I can't remember if it's 30th
or
30th or 25th or something like that. In there.
Well, and I'm just saying this just for argument's sake. It would really suck, and I'm just using him as an example because he has been that example in past years, but he doesn't seem to be this year. So, say Michael McDowell. If this would have been a couple of years ago, he'd have won Daytona, been locked in. Well, he ended up finishing, I don't know where he finished, but, I mean, he's normally around a 25th place guy. That's what he's been in years past. If he finished 25th in points, he makes it in. But if there was I know this is ifs and buts and whatever, but you know, a guy, because there's been plenty of times there's been 12 or so drivers win a race.
Man, oh yeah.
So a guy that could have been, what would that make it? 5th in points and not won a race.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yep.
No, I don't like that.
I don't either. I like seeing consistency. I really do. And typically that always prevails to the top. Typically it does.
Yeah, it typically does.
But if, like you said, if there's 16 winners, that will bite them.
yes,
There's no way around it, I don't think. Because, we've seen, who was it the other year that kept finishing second, over and over and over and over, never would get a win. It was Chase. Chase,
Chase.
Man, 6 or 9 or whatever it was. It was a freaking pile of second place finishes before he won a race.
Yeah.
A few years ago. Same way. I mean, I don't know. That ain't cool. I don't like it, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I think this year's going to be the most level playing field because of having the extra year with this car that you can't do anything to, because you couldn't do anything to it last year extra. Right. It was the last year of it. Now, all the COVID stuff. So now this is the last year. Can't do anything extra to it. They done figured out everything possible pretty much there is to know with the car.
Prime example again yesterday. Ryan Preece led more laps yesterday than he has in his entire career.
Yeah.
I mean,
prime example.
And it wasn't that he was slow. I mean, just happened to be up there. He was fast. Right. So,
well, and that part's good because it levels everything out. Yeah. It makes it to where it's not such money driven because all the money's done been spent on everything. There's no more. You can't dissect it anymore.
I feel like, and you're 100% right. I feel like it was almost like the winning you're in type deal with the or playoffs, whatever, was needed when it's not a level playing field.
Oh yeah.
But when it levels back up, and everybody's got the same stuff, kind of how it's supposed to be for the next year. That's why so many teams are getting back into sport, because it is supposed to be profitable for the teams next year and for the foreseeable future. Anyway, when you got all these teams that are able to compete and win every week, you come up next year, and yes, cream typically does rise to the top, as you say, but you come up next year and you get 15, 16 cars to win races.
Well, I look at it as...
There's going to be some hurt feelings.
Oh, yeah. I look at it as you go to, I don't know, go to your local little go-kart track, the little rental carts.
Right.
Go to GoPro Motorplex, whatever. Go there. All of them are supposedly matched the same. Well, you can go out there and naturally you're going to have one's going to be a little faster than the other, this, that, and the other. But bottom line is, I can go out there and I can be fastest out of the 10 that goes out this lap, or this segment, or this little race, whatever. The next one, I may be half a second slower than the next one. Well, to me, that shows the talent, not the cart, not the race car. Same concept as how it has been in the Cup Series. Like Ryan Preece, we know his talent is there.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen it many times. No doubt.
He showed it the other week at New Smyrna. He jumped back in a modified and
run from the back to the front.
Yep.
But and that's just one person. Michael McDowell, Alex Bowman. He ran crap for years, and everybody thought, well, he just ain't there. He just ain't running. Well, just say they came in and just like them rental carts, he jumped in Jimmy Johnson's car and ran. Where's he running? Same thing.
Same place Jimmy Johnson was running.
Exactly. So, that's kind of what I'm getting at with this new car. If that works out to where they're all the same, essentially, and I kind of hate that because it takes the fabricator part out of it.
Oh, it
takes,
does.
I mean, it takes the engine builder design. It takes the technology, but the technology, I'm not getting me wrong, technology was expensive in the 80s. When NASCAR was booming, whatever, it was expensive, but it's nothing like it is now.
No.
Where people's paying millions for a quarter of a second or less than that.
I would say 100th of a second.
So, you know, at some point you got to draw the line. I mean, because it's not fun anymore when you got 20 teams out here that can run because nobody else can afford $40 million worth of sponsorship every year. It's way out of hand, and hopefully that can get under control, like you said, and make it more affordable. And I'd love to see, man, God knows, I'd love to see 60 haulers pull up to try to make a 40-car field again, but it ain't gonna happen.
No, well, I'm gonna tell you, and this was said the other night, and I 100% agree with it. People say, "Oh, well, what do you want? I rock cars out there." Well, I'm gonna tell you. Have you ever went back and watched any of my rock race?
Best racing, dude.
I'm
best
telling you,
racing out there.
It was, I mean, nose to tail. The complete field was nose to tail, and it was a driver's race.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're gonna see more of. But you know, as long as it's not so aero dependent, I think that's what I'm so caught up on that because it ruins.
Yeah.
It ruins the race. So if somehow or another, and these people are smarter than me, obviously, for sure, but if they can get rid of that and make it more driver ability, back when it used to drive off the right rear, not
off
the right front. Where, you know, now, make it a real race car.
You can't drive it off the right front and then take air off the right front.
No, it don't work too good. So get it back where it used to be to an extent. And see the real guys come out, and I think they're all there now. I don't think that you're going to see anything different, really. I just think you're going to see the whole field that deserves to be there, which they are there for a reason, competing.
I do too, but I also think it will take the veterans' experience and bring it back to the top too.
Oh, it will. It definitely will.
I know there's this, and I'm not talking junk about it because there's a lot of young guys that have come up that have been really good. But I do believe you put someone in there with good experience, knowing how to drive those cars. Well, I mean, you're not going to know how to drive them because they're a new car coming out, but experience when they're the same and know what to do with the car, that will create a little more longevity in the sport and maybe, you know, not such a rush to push these kids, I mean, I hate to say it, but kids up to the Cup Series.
Yeah, and I hope it does. I really do. I hope it slows it down a little bit and makes it a little more level as far as that way goes. But, you know, if they make it like they're saying they are, making it where it's more driver dominant, these people, these guys with the dirt background that's learned car control, learned throttle control, I think that's what you're going to see. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, the guys that's from that background has learned that way of driving. That's who you're going to see coming up, I think.
Yeah, and I think you will too. So I hope it comes to that, and I hope it creates better. But we got a lot more racing between now and then to see.
Yeah,
we started that conversation early this year.
Hey, they always do, don't they? The way too early playoff, whatever it's called. So we're talking about the way too early 2022 season.
Yeah, we're just ready for it. As far as NASCAR wise, I'm ready to see the rest of what the dirt season has in the schedule and in store for everybody. One thing we didn't speak of on the dirt side, want to give I guess congratulations to Chris Madden on championship number 2 in the Dryden Extreme Series. They had a race at Modoc this past weekend, and looked like old Brandon Overton went out there and kicked tail as always. We were talking about that at the track the other night. It was like, you know,
it's ridiculous.
Well, he's ridiculous, but we had the exact same conversation me and you had. Brandon Overton is one. When he finds it, it's not just he's there competing with you for the win. No. When he finds it, he is checked out for half the track.
Oh, yeah. He's gone. Gone.
He can compete with you any other night, but when he really hits it, he's gone. Y'all ain't nobody touching him. And that's 100%. What he did again. I want to give a shout-out to our buddy Cole Vanderheyden. Went and did some racing this week. I'm trying to remember the name of the place they were at. But anyway, he finally got back in his micro sprint there. And ran 2 classes. Ran the restricted class that he normally runs, but he run the adult class with the restrictor plate on it too, just to get more laps. So that was pretty cool. And he ended up making the A main in both races, both nights.
That's awesome.
One is won 3 heat races in the restricted stuff.
That's all he needs is a little bit of seat time, and that was a big event. Midwest Winter Nationals.
That's what it was. Yeah,
it was big. On flow racing, it was really cool. From what I got to see. So, hats off to them guys. Seat time. That's what he needs, and it's paying off. You can already see it now.
That's definitely right. And he won't do nothing but get more and more. I think they say he put about 110 laps on the track the other night.
A lot better than they made at Tulsa.
Yeah, because that Chili Bowl out there, if you don't go out there and, run up front, well, even if you do, you don't get to run a whole lot on the track. So
no, you don't.
But he, went out there and did what he had to do. Went out there and made a show at the Tulsa shootout, and now I went to this, and you can tell that the progress is coming along.
Yep.
So proud of Cole Train there and the Forward Bike crew. Speaking of Forward Bike, want to thank them as always. We got our Forward Bike koozies right now holding our drinks. Want to thank them for coming on with us as always. And y'all be looking on their social medias and website and all that stuff for new spring stuff coming out soon. Gonna have some new designs that you want to be first one to have. I was looking at my helmet today. I actually I go back to this. The reason I said I looked at my helmet because I put a Forward Bite visor sticker on it.
Sweet.
Looks pretty cool on there. It's got lines all through it, so it really matches with the carbon fiber helmet. I like it. I like it. Cool. But I was looking at it because I tell y'all what I did. There's a little group, and I know I've talked about it on here before. A little group on Facebook called RRR Sponsorship, and what they do is it's raffles is what it is. But what you really have to think of it as is, if you're not winning, then you're sponsoring everyone. You're doing a little piece of sponsor, buying this neck restraint or buying this seat or buying this whatever for everybody else. So, I mean, you just got to look at it that way. Not that you lost the raffle. You got to look at it as you help somebody else get it.
Right. You help somebody else win it.
It's a tough way of looking at it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It pretty much is.
But, I mean, if you can look at it that way. So, I appreciate everybody on the RRR sponsorship page helping me get my seat for my race car. And they also want me a next gen head and neck restraint.
Sweet.
And we won some cups.
Jam up cups.
Jam up jelly tight. So but I put my neck restraint. I put all the pieces on the helmet and everything yesterday, and I went to bring my seat in today and start putting it together, but I didn't start on it. So that's pretty cool. So if y'all looking for a thing to, and he also puts up just some cash winnings on there every now and then. So if y'all looking to maybe win some parts for your car or stuff like that, puts helmets up there, GoPros. There's been some GoPros going there. I want one of them. We gotta get a couple more to put in some cars, make some really good footage out of it.
Yeah.
So RRR sponsorship, 3 R's sponsorship. So y'all go check that page out. It's pretty cool. Like we was talking about with Jeremy earlier, Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Thank Earl a lot coming on helping us out here. If you were in the Midwest, call them up out there at Illini Racing Supply, and they have Earl Ramey blueprinted crates in stock out there, ready to go in your car. So it's a cool deal they got going on. Even where can you go and get a built, or not built, but blueprinted crate motor just sitting there ready to go? Normally you got to call the engine builder and get it. Gonna take a little while to get. No. They got them sitting on the floor ready to go in your car. So if you call Earl Ramey, he can help you out there too. Also, you guys, like we say every week, not only does Earl Ramey build some of the best engines around and have some of the best crates, blueprinted crates that you'll see, he's got an awesome chassis dyno to put your ride on. He schedules out a whole lot for it. So y'all call Earl, schedule your time now. Get in there. Gotta thank Checkered, as always. They are the new social media for you racers out there and race fans. You get on there, you don't see nothing but racing talk. That's it. That's all we talk about on there. Racing. Also, they have a new sponsorship segment on there. They're looking for some guys to sponsor across the country, for one. But also, if you got a business and you think you might want to get on a car, get on Checkered. You can put your stuff out there. Find somebody, to put on their ride. If you're not local to any track, but you think it'd be a good deal for you, especially online business, so many online businesses now and stuff like that, get on Checkered and connect with the racers and the race fans alike. You won't regret it. Get a premium membership. Put on there that you want to micro-sponsor Chicken Bone and help us out a little bit.
That's right.
We could use all the help we could get.
Need it. Got to buy some smoke wings.
Yeah, we got to buy smoke wings. RMAX Solutions. Appreciate them. If you are in the fabrication business, as all you race car guys are, pretty much, whether you get paid for it or not.
Yeah.
These machines that you have to do all your fab work need service and parts. Or you may just need the machine itself if you don't have it. Make sure you get in touch with RMAX Solutions for all your fab equipment needs. They can hook you up, any kind of cutting tables. Just anything as far as that goes. All your leads you need for your cutters and all that stuff. So call RMAX Solutions. Get in touch with them. They are on Facebook. They're on Twitter also. So y'all go check them out. What else we got?
Man, I think that's about it. We have covered a lot. It's been a good episode. Really good. We really appreciate Jeremy for coming on.
Definitely do.
He's always cool, like we said, for sure. Man, like I said, we keep getting more and more every week. We back in it now?
We back in it. It's fun stuff. I'm ready for it. Ready to see some good racing coming up here soon. There's a lot of racing coming up here soon. They're really getting back in it. They kind of took the week off. I saw where what track was that? I see where World of Outlaws late models already canceled one race for this weekend. Then they're gonna be at Cherokee, I think it is Sunday.
Okay.
It's track in Tennessee. Golly, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, my bad. So watch that. Dillon Motor Speedway this week. I forgot to say this. Dillon Motor Speedway Cars Tour this Saturday. They're gonna be starting pretty early. I saw they're supposed to be starting the race 2-3 o'clock, something like that. Yeah. So that'd be a good one to get to. Maybe we can talk to some people from out there, see what's going on over in the Dillon way. It's cool. So yeah, get to a track near you. A lot of them are opening back up, especially down here in the South. Everywhere's getting going, getting heated up. It ain't getting hot yet, but well, it is here, but it's gonna cool back now. This is fall spring.
Yeah, this is definitely not gonna stay. I think it's gonna be 40 something tonight. So yeah.
Even though I woke up when I got in the truck this morning, there was pollen everywhere, all over it.
Oh yeah,
Driving me
I was
crazy.
killing mosquitoes like crazy yesterday.
Oh yeah. So anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us one more time this week, and I know y'all will be back next week. It's been a long episode, but we had racing to talk about. It happens when you got racing to talk about.
That's it.
That's what we're
And
here for.
when you got cool people that call in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely happens. We talk about Tilly and stuff. Tilly gets talked about more on here than not actually talk on here, hardly.
No.
I mean, we have had him on here before, but not long. We'll have to get him on here one day, just talk. So, anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us again, and we will be back next week, same time, same place, and I reckon we'll be talking to y'all then.
Later.